Charlotte Motor Speedway tonight on a Tuesday evening before Christmas time. Somehow I'm home before 8 o'clock in the evening, and I'm on the air. We're having some fun tonight. LSRL in the Grid Finder Xfinity Series. We welcome you into the home of NASCAR in Concord, North Carolina. It is the virtual Charlotte Motor Speedway on iRacing as we get you ready for another night of recruiting racing here in the Grid Finder Xfinity Series from Charlotte. I am the captain, Chris Catlett. We welcome you in and appreciate you coming and joining us on this Tuesday evening before Christmas time. Of course, a time where people like me who work in the delivery business are busy as hell. But when we get the chance to, we still stay committed to what we do and get the broadcast on the air, and that's where we are tonight here in Charlotte to get this broadcast on for great people in the LSRL. Appreciate everyone joining us. We're about a minute away from a 8-lap heat race, or as I like to call it, the virtual pit party, basically where it's almost like a simulation. You go out there and run 8 laps, and how you start the race or how you finish the pit party is how you start the race. Kind of a unique idea, I'd say. And that's what we're going to do. Coming up here in about 35 seconds or so, we will get that in, qualifying going on. Of course, as we have a couple more races left in this little mini-series, a recruiting series, if you will. And then we hit the real series back in January and go racing. It should be a lot of fun. A great series to be a part of, and looking forward to what's coming up here this evening. And fortunately, slowly getting things back together after what has happened work-wise. And the good news is we're going to be on the air a lot more, and we'll be able to make up the broadcast we weren't able to get done here in these last few weeks. We'll get those done here in the next week or so. And start 2021 or 2022. Look at there. I'm a year behind already with some new stuff and a fresh new schedule of broadcast and stuff, and ready to rock and roll for the new year. So looking forward to that. But right now, let's get ready for some fun racing this evening. And let's start with a heat race that will happen here momentarily. You see the cars on the grid already as, basically, they'll start how they qualify, and then they'll run 8 laps, and how they finish is how they'll start the main event. And this is how they qualified this evening. Jason Dalton on the pole as he will start alongside Kyle Spees, James Rep, and Brandon Thornhill. In row number 2, row 3, you'll see Adam Brady and Justin Malarkey. Landon Q. Quisenberry there, row number 4, alongside Brian Sutphin. In row number 5, that is where you'll find Andy Brigante and Johnny Rapp. Tanyan Sutphin and Brandon Murray, row number 6. Row 7, Bradley Steffen and Dale Lee. Dylan Reed, the champion of the Xfinity Series, starting 15th alongside Ben Barnes. And that'll be it. 16 cars going to start this race. That will consist of 8 laps, and then a 136-mile, a little over 200 mile, 136 lap main event that'll come up here in just a few moments. As the cars will roll off here, a reminder, we are presented by TrackCams for Gourmet. You can check them out online at TrackCams22.com. Of course, they are the camera home of the Captain Esports Network. Most ovals and road courses, if you see them on the air, you see them with TrackCams for Gourmet. You can check them out on Facebook, on the iRacing forums, or on their website, TrackCams22.com. Had a moment there. So we get ready to have some fun here. The Xfinity cars will roll off. The B cars, as we know them as on iRacing. Check out the weather here in Charlotte. Partly cloudy skies, 77 degrees. Track temp is 79. Humidity at 57%. Winds blowing from the north at a blustery 2 miles an hour. I say blustery sarcastically. And the cars will roll off. Looks like one car not going to start this heat race, and that'll be the 39 of Dylan Reed. A track that was built back in the 1961 season. in a story for itself, actually, where a couple owners were working together, then all of a sudden it didn't work together, and apparently the track when it was first built was not the best, and obviously it was redone, and a whole bunch of things happened, and here we are now with what we have today, a 1.5 mile track. And for those who are fans of NASCAR, and of course you know the new version of Atlanta Motor Speedway being put in, they actually just finished the pavement being laid down on the track. One thing I should share, tonight will be a close simulation of that race. Why? Because the exact length of the track when it comes to width by feet is the same as Charlotte Motor Speedway, all of 40 feet wide from the apron to the top of the track. So we'll get used to it. Here we go, Charlotte Motor Speedway heat race number 1. Dalton leading him off turn 2 with the lead. However, Speed's right there all over his back bumper. Going to cross him over to the inside. A little tight there between the Camaros. You see how bumpy this track is. 68 there behind him, side by side. Almost 3 wide back there for 5th. Oh, the 15 is around with the 77. Big wreck in the back. Quisenberry, a whole bunch of people involved. No cautions in the heat race. That's about 3/4 of the field right there. On with a 30.8. Fastest lap of the race so far here. That's the good news about a pit party. The reason why I call it what I call it is when you go out and run a pit party normally, it looks just like that. A big old wreck usually takes out everybody, and in a normal type of league, you'll be like, all right, let's re-rack and do it again. But here, no. We just keep racing, and we'll start where we start, and that was our practice run, right? So... Dalton with a lot of pressure there from the 70, or on the 73 from the 36. Thornhill there behind him. Dalton got a little loose there in turn 1. Had to go catch it real quickly, and Speeds with a good run through the center, but not able to take any kind of advantage. Got a call right there on his back tailgate, back bumper. Three laps to go. Dalton protecting the bottom. A lot of grip in this track right now. Thornhill there behind him in the 3rd position. James Rapp in the 8th car behind him. Speeds of about 185 miles an hour down into turn 3 and 4. Laps to go. They'll come off turn 4 here and come to the white flag here. Speed's trying to get a little bit of a run, trying to get some clean air. Not able to do so. You see Rep go up there and get the wall off turn 4. White flag, final lap. On the back straightaway, Speeds with a run. Dalton chopping the nose off. Perfect move there, but they both get tight up the hill. Not going to be able to make the move. Dalton going to get a heat race win. Spees, Thornhill, Rep. Your top four. Dale Lee going to get fifth. The 14 of Ben Barnes, sixth. And we will re-rack them for the 136 lap, 204 mile main event. See the cars re-rack, and they'll see the starting lineup over there on the left side of the screen. And let's take a minute, talk to the winner of the heat race and pole sitter also tonight. Mr. Dalton up there looking pretty solid right now in that 73 car. Jason, great job on the win. Congratulations. What do you got to do to keep it going tonight?
I don't have any idea, man. I'm still trying to figure this car out.
What have you learned so far?
I don't know. I mean, it's like it's loose on the entry and tight in the center, and it's, real loose for 2 or 3 laps. Then it gets real tight after that. So I think I'm just going to have to take it easy and figure this thing out as we go.
Yeah, one thing about these cars, obviously a lot different driving than, say, a truck or a cup car with the less downforce on it. Definitely a very tricky car to drive, but congratulations, man. Way to hold off Spees to get that heat race win, and best of luck as you get ready to take the green flag here from the pole.
10-4, man. I appreciate it.
Absolutely. Jason Dalton on the pole, the KJD2 racing team. As everybody rolls off, and as you will see, 16 cars about to take off for the green flag here, including Dylan Reed, who did not run the heat race. He will start tail end Charlie, and I have a feeling will be coming through the field pretty quickly, hence why he is the champion of this Grid Finder Xfinity Series. Here we go. Pace car going to pull off. 136 laps. You got cautions coming at lap 30 and 65. And what should be a pretty wild race as Dalton going to lead it to the green. Kyle Spees on the outside of the front row. Green and Charlotte. Spees heading for the infield. Down to the inside wall. I don't see too much damage on the car as he gets it back up to speed and gets it rolling. Maybe a little bit more damage than I thought. That's a whoopsies on his part. Oh, another car getting loose back there. The 14 out of shape. Let's go back and see what happens to Kyle Spees. The 36 car gets back to the throttle really quickly, and these tires not fully up to temp. Unfortunately, going to go around. And a slight kiss to the inside wall. Trying to get used to this 73 cars, he said, is got some work to be done here. Back here, battles with the 7 and 75. Q and Tanyan Sutphin there in that 7 car. Inside him, the 69 of Brandon Murray in the Ally number 69. do get a little tight there mid-corner. I've got a few viewers watching tonight. Appreciate all of you joining us here on the Captain Esports Network. If you're new to the channel, always hit that subscribe button. Much appreciated there. Also the follow button there on Twitch. And, of course, you got the Facebook channel and so much more you can be a part of. Through 3 and 4, you see Q underneath Johnny Rep, or James Rep. I don't know why I keep calling him Johnny. Anyway, he's going to take the second position away. Thornhill looking inside now. Adam Brady there to 77. Car inside to 7. You got the 52 back there of Johnny Rapid. Oh, contact Daly. Saving it. So far, he's saving it. And now the 40 and 69 have gone around and caution is out. Caution out for the first time. Let's see what happens here. The corner 40 and 69 come together. That's trying to hold on, trying to hold on, trying to hold on. A little contact there with Brady, and finally they hit each other. One more time to look at it. Miscommunication looks like there is Dale didn't realize, I think, how much the 69 had to run. Unfortunately, that's what it turned into. A caution out for the first time. And it looks like we're going to have some cars coming to pit road here. Andy Bergani, Kyle Spees, Brandon Murray. These cars are mostly going to get damage fixed here. So, of course, these guys will race each and every Tuesday evening. Not only that, they got a lot of other stuff going on, from dirt cars that race, I believe, Wednesday nights. You got F1 on Thursday nights. This league just continuing to grow. Of course, we're on Tuesday nights with the LSR Grid Finder Xfinity Series. Fans there, turn 1. As we'll get ready to get the green flag after a little quick yellow. Everybody back on track. Looks like getting damage fixed. Should be a reset or two probably in the race. And More than likely, with these cars not too majorly damaged, you'll see those guys just kind of get the damage fixed and take what they have for a little bit here. Dalton going to lead Quisenberry back to the green flag here with Thornhill, Rep, and Sutphin. Tanyan Sutphin in the 7 car. So far, so good here in the first 10 laps of this race. As Barney Fife Jr. away the green flag. Tire spin. Jason talked a little bit about how he felt a little loose on entry and then tight center. Obviously, the loose on entry is more of the lack of downforce. I mean, you look, there's not that big old spoiler in the back. That'll definitely take the downforce away that you see in like a truck or a cup car. And of course, with the news coming out today that NASCAR announced the 670 package with the 4-inch spoiler, which is what they ran at the test here at Charlotte, in real life, just a couple weeks ago. So I'm pretty sure, I wouldn't be surprised at least to see an update coming in the very near future on iRacing with that specific package going in the next-gen cars. As Brady looking underneath Tanyan. Tanyan giving a little squeeze out of the 777. Should be able to make the pass there in turn 1, and he does. 52 there behind him of Johnny Rapp. Dylan Reed slowly working his way up through the field in that Rowdy Energy number 39. Ryan Sutphin back there in that 37 car. That Mission Barbecue Camry there, or Camaro, I should say, on the high side there. A little bit struggle. Ride with Brady there in that 77 car. With that dirt bike. So we're about 14 laps from the competition caution. You see the 7 go by to the 88. Here comes Dylan Reed with him. So unfortunately for Rep in the actual number 88 car going backwards here. Reed's going to go by. Sutphin going to go by. Unfortunately, going backwards a little bit here. One thing about Charlotte, they got to be very careful. The cars on the bottom lane can get very tight when underneath another car, so it's very easy to slide up into them. You see the Sutphins battle each other for position. Brian going to get past Tanyan. Appreciate the viewers watching tonight. so far. Looking at lap times. Looks like fastest lap of the race right now is a 30.7. Quisenberry, Dalton, also Spees down there has run that kind of lap. However, lap times now falling down into the 31 to 32 second brackets already. Seeing tire fall off. There's Justin Malarkey, the 15 car, already up to the 3rd position, doing a good job so far this evening. To Thornhill, to 77 to Brady there, now about to be side by side off turn 2. Racing so far, you see Dylan Reed back there, 6th position for him. Dylan, of course, the champion of the series. Won his fair share. Very good job being patient. Trying to get around Thornhill there in the 68 car. Right behind Brady in the 15 there, Malarkey. These top two about a second, or I should say these 4 are about a second or so behind the top 2. Quisenberry's kept it within about 2/10 of the 73 so far. Got to be very patient with this track. Turn 1 and 2, more of a sweeping corner. Turn 3 and 4, kind of tight. You saw the 15 almost get the wall. It looked like they're off of 4. Check out our car that started P2. Unfortunately, went for a spin on lap 1. Kyle Spees back here in the 11th position right now. 5.5 seconds back. Where that damage is not helping him too much on that left front. Looking underneath in 4th position. All this behind Jason Dalton, who's got Landon Quisenberry behind him. Fairly impressed with the racing. Nobody's really been able to get away with the draft and stuff. Been looking over at the telemetry, and for the most part, speeds of near 185 to 190 miles an hour down the straightaways. Six laps in the book. Of course, this is the Grid Finder Xfinity Series, a series again that runs each and every Tuesday night. Part of the Lightspeed Racing League. And that is presented by Grid Finder, of course, your home of online racing communities. Browse hundreds of leagues racing on all gaming platforms across every racing sim every day of the week across the globe. Browse through over 1,000 leagues racing on iRacing, Assetto Corsa, and the ACC, R Factor 2, F1 2021, and more. If you're looking for a commentator or streamer for your racing broadcast or a designer of your next livery, GridFinder has all the talent in one place. If you like a sim racing league, make sure, or run a sim racing league, I should say, make sure you upload it to the community at GridFinder so you can find more like-minded sim racers and go enjoy racing a part of a league. It's quick, it's easy. Best of all, it's free. Check out GridFinder today. Dylan Reed up to the 4th position now, has gone by Adam Brady, and he is tracking down the leaders. Running about 1 to 2 tenths faster than the lead pack so far, so he's doing a great job saving tires, not to mention running up the track a little bit towards the top groove. And definitely an interesting groove going into the corner. Let's see if he stays up there right now. Yeah, you look at him, he's up here. He has got the top side ripping as the 15 of Malarkey to the inside of Q. Q going to get the run off the corner, and so is Dylan Reed. As they come off turn 4. I'm going to throw the caution. They told me to throw the caution at lap 30, and that's what I've done. Competition caution, lap 30. And we should see pit stops here. All 15 cars still on the lead lap right now. Everybody going to come to pit road here for what will likely be 4 tires and fuel and maybe get some damage fixed on the car. And it looks like I might have some fuel-only stops here. Thornhill going to win the race off pit road. So we'll review that and get you ready for the green flag coming up here in just a couple of moments. And we'll step away for just a quick second, though, as you're watching the Captain Esports Network in the GridFinder Xfinity Series. something I've always wanted to try. I just tried it and it didn't work. I was seeing if one of the commercials, when I hit the play button on it, if I could run and have enough time to fill up a drink and grab a snack real quick, and it didn't work. I tried. That's what recruiting races are for. I can experiment with some things, right? But here we are, getting ready to go back to the green flag is Dalton, Quisenberry, Reed, Sutphin, and Malarkey. Going to lead them back to the green flag here at lap number 35 at the Charlotte Motor Speedway, virtually on iRacing. These guys have firmly gotten into a rhythm now. Oh, and around goes Dalton, and he heads for pit road. Oh, no. Does a great job at keeping off any of the walls. Oh, until there, he hits the inside wall just slightly. Of course, they'll have a speeding penalty for that. But once again, the cold tires bite somebody. And hands the lead to Quisenberry in the 75 car. That is not how you're drawing it up. And Dalton leaving pit road right there, so unfortunately we'll go a lap down. Good news though is he's got a competition caution coming up here in just a couple laps at lap 65. Back there, Dalton trying to hold off his teammate in the 37. That is Brian Sutphin there. He's got Malarkey behind him. Into 15, a battle for position there. Of course, last week was Dover. And a race that was won by Dylan Reed. And of course, Charlotte. All this is part of recruiting. If you're watching tonight and looking for somewhere to go racing on a Tuesday night, you can always join the series here as they'll race at 8:30 each and every Tuesday night. For sponsors and, as you see, a broadcast and so much more that you can be a part of each and every Tuesday night here on the Captain Esports Network. Down the turn one, look at Kyle Spees has bounced his way back up into the third position now. So after getting that competition caution, he's got his car reset and everything good to go. Looks like damage not really affecting him too much, which is good news. Reed already moving up to that top side once again. It helped him out earlier. I was actually very impressed how he was able to roll that top side. Definitely not the easiest thing to do. Car battle up here for the lead now. Dylan Reed has continued to roll that high side. He's got the run on cue. Lap number 44, he's probably going to clear him on the top side. He sure does. As you see Dalton start to roll back up here. 36 going to follow him by, so these guys might want to look into migrating to that top side. As Adam Brady, unscheduled pit stop, I have just noticed. Not sure what happened to the 73, but he had to jump the pit road for something. Real different side of Charlotte that we're seeing here running this top side like that. But Dylan has definitely found something in that 39 car and gone to the front. Speed's behind him there in second. And here's a battle for 11th back here as Ben Barnes getting past Johnny Rapp. Back there behind him also a little bit of damage on that 69, probably hence holding him back a little bit in that 14th position. Dale Lee running up here in the Utz Potato Chips car in the 6th position right now. Malarkey's unsponsored number 15. You can tell how tired I am. And there's his gaggle of cars up here fighting for the lead, second place, and then also the lap car of Jason Dalton up in that battle too. Saw Quisenberry had to get out of the gas. There's the 73, caught the wall. Off turn 4, and Jason still trying to fight. He realizes these Xfinity cars are very, very tough cars. They got that composite body, which allows them to kind of bend back out a little bit after hitting the wall. And it looks like the 73 is okay right now. But Dylan Reed leading by 6/10 right now over Kyle Spees in the second position right now. Watching Malarkey start to run down the 37 here. This is going to be a battle for 4th. Again, another top car running the top side. And move the 15 of Malarkey up to 4th. So one thing's for sure, this top groove exists right now. And I'm very impressed by that. Reed continuing to lead by 9/10 right now over Spees, Quisenberry, Malarkey, as I mentioned. Go back here and check out the 8 car, Johnny Rep, as he's trying to. See, here's the problem we have, and I've realized this just now. We've got the 52 car is Johnny Rapp, and then up here in the 8 car we have James Rep. So what's happening here is I'm mixing names up. We got Johnny Rep, James Rapp, Johnny Rapp, James Rep. It happens. So I apologize to both names. But James Rep is trying to catch Tanyan Sutphin in the 7 right now. Kind of reminds me of my mom when she was younger. I had a little brother named Brian. It was always, Crip Brian, Crip. That was when I knew I was in trouble. As Dalton trying to work back to the inside lane here of Q. Running right down on the paint. Dalton fall back behind Q, but also lost it to Malarkey there. So right now, as we're 10 laps away from the end of stage number 2, or I say stage 2 of the second competition caution. That'll be coming out here. So 36 kind of moving up the track a little bit. They're getting close and close to that outside wall, and that's what happens. You get up there in that top groove, and as Molly Hatch would say in a great song, you're flirting with disaster at that point. I mean, he is up against the boards and everything right there. So I started to talk about it at the beginning of the race. One thing about the Atlanta Motor Speedway, that, of course, the repaving has been completed when it comes to the track. Of course, working on some other stuff, is they have narrowed the track up from 52 feet wide to 40. And there are 2 tracks on the circuit that are 40 feet wide. One's Daytona. The other one is this one right here, Charlotte Motor Speedway. So when you look through turn 1 and 2 here, you can kind of get a resemblance of what Atlanta Motor Speedway will be like. The new one. So obviously going to be plenty of room to race. And we'll actually have 4 degrees higher banking than this track right here. As battle for second, look at Malarkey taking the bottom side. He's going to slide up in front of Speeds and take his spot away. Oh, contact! Right in front of the leaders, and they wreck. Speeds and the 15 get together, caution comes out. I'm sure there's some unhappy drivers after that one. So back and see how this all took place. Just a little misjudgment, it looks like. Maybe, I don't know if 36 was trying to side draft, but just a little bit of misjudgment. Contact was made, maybe even a slight bit of net code, but I'm going to say there was contact enough there. And unfortunately for those cars, around they go. Let's look at it one more time here as the leaders will come to pit road. This will be a good view right here. Actually, well, there it shows a little different there. It's a tough situation, unfortunately. We'll let them be the judge. How's that? We'll just no cautions. Race off pit road going to be Dylan Reeds, and I'm going to mute my mic for a quick second. I'm going to jump down here and talk to Landon and Adam, make sure that I don't need to throw a caution coming up here in like 2 laps. All right, so yep, that is going to be the competition caution right there. So we're going to go back green here and go to the last 64 laps. I'm going to eat my little Debbie snack cake I got right here in front of me. Zebra cake to be exact. So I assume the 15 got himself a new car. That's why he's still up in the second position. The car looks pretty clean over there. And we'll get one to go this time by. Let's take a look over here real quickly. Landon Quisenberry in the 9th position right now, that 75 car. Of course, he's one of many artists in the race that represent the Wilder Graphics team. And, of course, Wilder Graphics providing the best iRacing paints and liveries around. You can check them out today on Facebook and take a ride on the Wild side. Of course, Wilder Graphics also a partner of the Extreme Sim Racing IndyCar team that you see. Well, you haven't seen them yet live on Thursday nights because of work, but you will see live coming up in January from Road America. Will be the 4th race of the season. But all the broadcasts, you'll see that team running Wilder Graphics paints on their Indy cars. All right, so Dylan Reed, Justin Malarkey, Brian Sutphin, Dale Lee, Brandon Thornhill, your top 5. As they will come back to the green flag here, and my favorite segment of the night is about to happen right here, where you get to turn your speakers up. I'm going to shut up for a few minutes and let you enjoy Turn It Up Captain Style from Charlotte. There you go. You see the 68, the 69, the 40, right behind Quisenberry there in the 75. This is all back at 8th, 9th, 10th. Or I'm sorry, 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th, 9th. And there's 10th back there. And how about Jason Dalton, the pole sitter, rolling his way back up here through the field. Brian Sutphin up to the second position right now. Brian putting some pressure on Dylan Reed, which is rather impressive, I must say. Not that Brian can't do it, but Dylan's been pretty quick. Sutphin keeping it within 0.2 of a second. Malarkey back there in the third spot. Quisenberry now up to fourth. And there's Dalton back there in that 73. He's starting to roll up through the field. He's going by the 40 car of Dale Lee. Now going to go past Brandon Murray in the 69. So that 73 is not so much out of it right now. Time by a 31.357 for Dalton. There you see the 15 up to the top of the track. Pugh trying to get some clean air on the bottom. Dalton trying to get a run up here at 68 right now, but as you see, it's not the easiest to pass when you don't have the cleanest air. Dylan Reed with a half second now over Sutphin. Then it's a big gap back to these guys. Third, fourth, fifth, sixth, seventh. As we race on here, 77 laps into this recruiting race here from Charlotte. We're going to step away for a quick second, but we'll keep the racing going as we go side by side as you're watching the Captain Esports Network. Watching this battle go on here for the fourth position, make that as Thornhill going to make the pass on the 75 of Quisenberry, and now the 73 trying to continue his redemption tour, I guess we'll call it. Trust me, my English is not up to par tonight. It's not on my A game tonight, I must say. I'm going to go ahead and admit it. Sorry in advance. But 82 laps in. The virtual Charlotte Motor Speedway, the Captain Esports Network. Appreciate everybody joining us tonight. As Dylan Reed running away here at Charlotte. Dylan, a big Casey Kane fan, as I've learned. Of course, he's got the Evernham number there if you look at the 9 on it. And, of course, this was, I would easily say, Casey Kane's most successful track when it came to Charlotte. As a matter of fact, I would argue that during the latter half of the 2000s, he was more successful here than Jimmy Johnson was. Of course, back when it was Lowe's Motor Speedway, it was the house that Jimmy built, some would say. And then, of course, Casey came in, won the 2006 Coke 600. And then, of course, you go back to the 06 500-mile race where he led 400 miles of the race and blew it right front and hit the wall. He won the 2008 All-Star race, then the 2010 600, the 2012 600. He won the Xfinity race here. I mean, he was winning everything at this track. But Dylan doing a pretty good job right now as he pulls away. 1.7 seconds on the field. There's Malarkey back there in third. Brian Sutphin holding on in the second position right now. There's Thornhill back in the fourth position, being chased down by Jason Dalton right now. Dalton started on the pole, had an incident where he actually went spinning down pit road. They cleared his flag, apparently, because he didn't have to serve the penalty, but he did go a lap down, driving back through pit road, and came out where he did, lost that lap, got the lap back in the competition yellow, and here he is now, up in the fifth position. Those tires squealing there, getting a little loosey-goosey there going into the turn one. Think about these tires. You feel like you're a little bit on the track when these things get worn out, I'd say. Take a look at the race summary. Dylan Reed leads. Horse 3 cautions for 10 laps. 15 drivers started tonight. Kyle Spees, the quickest lap this evening. And that is brought to you by Track Time Entertainment. As Dalton did get by the 68, now up to the fourth position. '52 of Johnny Rapp trying to get around Tanyan Sutphin. Of course, the nightmare situation is very close to potentially happening here, as Johnny is 1.5 seconds ahead of James Rep in the 8 car. So we could have a Johnny Rapp versus James Rep battle for position. Should mention a second ago, a pass for second is Malarkey. I don't know if Sutphin has fallen off the pace or maybe got the wall or something. But Malarkey did take the second position away. Let's see if I can really quickly find it. And I did. Here it is. Bottom side, too. Slides up in front, and I think Brian let him go. Brian, one of them drivers, I've said so many positive things about him. He's one that you don't want to make mad, I've learned. But at the same time, we'll race you clean, we'll race you fair. And if he could ever get some luck, he'll finish well in races, too. Slowly becoming a three-car battle here with Sutphin and Dale Lee in the 40 car. Now we are going to have pit stops more than likely before this race comes to an end. One that we haven't seen tonight's green flag pit stops. The question is going to be when. Of course, they went green around lap 65, which would be 51 laps, or I'm sorry, 71 laps. Split that in half, you're going to get 36 or so, 35 and a half, but you can't go a half lap. If you do the math from 65, that gives you about 5 more laps, so about lap 100. You'll probably see the majority of these cars come the pit road, get 4 tires to the field, and go to the finish. Sutphin going to go past Dale Lee as Dale's starting to struggle a little bit here. Oh, getting close to each other there. The 52 and a 7. Look out now. Okay, hey, there's the Lamborghini of Andy Brigante. I haven't said his name all night. Brigante, unfortunately, 2 laps down. I think he made a pit stop. Oh, yeah, he's got some speed. He's got 4 fresh tires there. As Andy actually pitted about 9 laps ago. So, yeah, he's on 4 fresh balonies there. Will do that here at Charlotte. So for those just joining us tonight, you're watching the Gridfinder Xfinity Series, a recruiting race from the virtual Charlotte Motor Speedway in the Light Speed Racing League. They'll get ready for their next season coming up here in January. Of course, they have an F1 season going on right now, Dirt Series going on. Just put on an awesome, well, the league didn't itself, but a couple of members, Ira Kohlhaas and Brandon Massey, put together a race for the Western Kentucky people this past weekend that you saw here on the Captain Esports Network. There's so many good things going on for this league, and of course their sponsor for the Xfinity Series is Gridfinder. And of course Gridfinder is your home of online racing communities. You can browse hundreds of leagues racing on all gaming platforms across every racing sim every day of the week across the globe. Browse through over 1,000 leagues racing on iRacing, Assetto Corsa, ACC, R-Factor 2, F1 2021, and more. If you're looking for a commentator or a streamer for your racing broadcast or a designer for your next livery, GridFinder has all the talent in one place. If you want to run a sim racing league or are looking to do so, you can upload your community to GridFinder so more like-minded sim racers can find you. It's quick, easy, and best of all, it's free. Check out GridFinder today as we have pit stops happening. Ryan Sutphin coming to pit road. Also with teammate Jason Dalton. Right at the lap 100 mark. You see Dalton or Sutphin a little bit of right side damage on that 37. More tires and fuel, and he will pull away. Dylan Reed now on pit road. That was a 14.3 for Sutphin. And for Dalton, he pulls away at a 14.7. Oh, 14 spinning on pit road. Look out up there. Ben Barnes, that is not how you get on pit road, sir. With all due respect. Oh, now he backs it into the wall. And Reed pulls away with a 14.8. 14.1 for Malarkey. Good stop there for the 15. Brandon Murray leading this race, now coming to pit road, so is the 68 right there behind him. And Johnny Rep right there with him. So 3 cars on pit road. That should cycle everything back around, and it looks like it will be Dylan Reed up front. He's going to have a pretty good lead when it's all said and done. More tires and fuel, and there goes Dylan going on by. He's going to have about a 4.5 second lead now over Justin Malarkey, who will be second. And we'll see where everybody else cycles through here. Malarkey will definitely be second, but the battle going to happening here in a second. It looks like it's Sutphin getting closer to him, about 0.7 of a second between second and third. There you see those two up ahead. Kind of go through the field here and show you where everybody's at right now. There's Dylan, about 5.4 seconds, as I mentioned. Started all the way in the back, tail end Charlie, and is pulled away here in that Rowdy Energy Supra. Justin Mergante running into second position, or Malarkey, I should say, running into second position. As he has got Brian Sutphin all over his back end now in a battle for second. I mentioned these guys about 5.5 seconds back. Jason Dalton there, 4th spot. Jason is 8.5 seconds back in the 4th spot. Landon Quisenberry, the 75 car. Running in a 5th position, about 12 seconds back. Brandon Murray in the 6th position. He's about 2 seconds or so back behind Q there. He tries to catch him, and another Brandon right behind him. Thornhill in the 7th position. Brandon all of 1.6 back. And behind him, the 52 of Johnny Rapp in the 8th position at Mission Barbecue number 52. He's in the 8th position right now. 9th position, Tanyan Sutphin having a great run. Tanyan, a couple times I've watched him this last couple of races, has unfortunately had some issues, but he's had a fairly clean race. I think I've seen a little bit of rear damage. Otherwise, he's done pretty well in his 7 car. 9th position for him. Dale Lee, 10th position right now in that Utz Potato Chips number 40. James Rep there in the 11th position. The 88 on the track. He's the 8 on the ticker. Rep presenting the sports car there. You see the leader right there behind him about to put a lap down, and then oh, now he's in the wall. He's probably watching the stream. Don't do that. Never good, James, when you do that. Ben Barnes there in the 14th, 14 car, unfortunately just had some issues coming to pit road. So 23 laps to go. Of course, right now, if you were to go to the Charlotte Motor Speedway, you would see the Festival of Lights that they have done there each and every season. It's an event that I actually had the honor of going to a couple years ago. My in-laws lived over in North Carolina in the Concord area, and it was a very nice venue, must say, for doing the Festival of Lights. Get to drive on the track for a second and go through the infield and stuff, and even into the grandstands, believe it or not, you drive your vehicle, which I found kind of odd. Oh, somebody's spinning. I heard it. Oh, it's the rep car, the 88. Oh, look out right in front of the leaders. No caution. He gets it down off the track. Nice job on his part. That could have been scary. No caution. We stay green. This field getting really spread out now. In fact, James is going to bring his car down the pit road now after the incident there in the wall. Not sure what happened. I just heard just spinning noises, and I'm like, it didn't sound good. After Brian Sutphin was able to catch Malarkey, unfortunately he's been not able to get any closer to him or even pass him, as now that lead sits at 7.2 seconds. But the other interesting thing I'm noticing here is how the groove has migrated back to the bottom. And Dillon right down there on the paint. Malarkey doing the same thing off the corner, and not really seeing the cars run the top side anymore. So it's like in the middle of the race, it became the top side. And maybe now that the track is heated up a little bit or so, or something, when I say that, now they're, it's up and scraping the wall. There's a Charlotte stripe for you. But now if you're watching tonight and you're looking for somewhere to race on a Tuesday night, these guys will be getting going in January with their new season. This is tonight merely a recruiting race at Charlotte Motor Speedway as we get ready for Christmas time. $15 laps to go. Jump back here to the Brandons as they're starting to get a little tight together here. 4/10 back, Murray and Thornhill. The Ally Chevrolet and the Ducati Chevrolet. Camaros racing each other. Dale Lee with some issues, I just noticed, went through the grass, or the carpet, I guess we'll call it here. It's actually field turf that's on the track here. Coming up on the back of Tanyan Sutphin to put him a lap down. I would normally give you an upcoming schedule of what's coming up when you're on the Captain Esports Network, but nothing right now is guaranteed. As of about 3 weeks ago, we had some situations come up at work, and I pretty much mentioned to all the leagues I broadcast for, is like, I'm going to try to get stuff on the air, but there's chances I'll miss some races, and unfortunately that happened. And I still have 2 races from the TI Truck Series to broadcast, and also 2 of the American Open Wheel Racing Series races to broadcast. So we're going to get those on. More than likely going to be next week once we get through the Christmas time here with the job I have. But who knows if tomorrow on Thursday work out for me, maybe you'll see 1 or 2 of them on the air. So I don't want to say that we just, I don't want to tell you I'm doing it and then all of a sudden not happen. I've done that way too much, and I hate that I have to do that, but it's just the way it goes sometimes with work. So you never know. When you see a stream up, come join us, and come January, like I said, once everything settles back down, I'll have a set schedule again and know what's going on, of course, into the future, which, believe it or not, is going to include some racing on my end a lot more. Not to mention, I think something's in the works, actually, on my end. Ten laps to go. Let's check on Quisenberry back here as he's Lost the 4th position to to Jason Dalton. Jason's comeback trail, unfortunately, looks like going to fall up short here in about the 4th position. Unless he gets a yellow here, you never know. Trying to get up to the back there, Dalton here. Maybe going to have a 3 or 4 car battle here potentially for 3rd. As looking at the lap times right now, Q and Murray and Thornhill, all 3 of them were faster than both Dalton and Sutphin here. So we could see this battle get really tight up here for 3rd, 4th, 5th, and 6th before the end of this race. Q, the teenage driver. Oh, sends it down there, gets some clean air on that nose. He's got the run here. Got the gas a little bit there. Got a little tight. Of course, Murray's back there like, keep at it, boys, keep at it. Oh, and Dalton gets tight in the corner, and that's going to give him the spot. So Q up to 4th. And the lap car Dale Lee there didn't help, but yeah, that's part of racing. Dale doing a good job getting out of the way. Dale got a little loose there off 2. Well, let me go ahead and put this out there. If you're going to race in this league, this is one of the guys you're going to have to beat. The 39 car, of course, the champion from last season, racked up, I believe it was 4 wins. I could be wrong. It was either 3 or 4. Can't remember off the top of my head here. It was consistent. Actually had top 10s in every race of the season. Knows how to get out there and just run every lap, and that's what it's all about. Jump back here. The battle for 5th is on. Murray has caught Dalton. Jason burned off those tires a little bit, unfortunately, and maybe that damage that he got from that wall, that ain't going to help things. Dalton gets tight. Murray's going to make the pass here, slide up in front. As Dylan Reed will see the white flag. Final lap here from Charlotte. What has been a dominant effort for the 39 tonight. as he's done throughout the recruiting season. He took the race, the heat race off and showed up at the end, started last, and going to go to victory lane here tonight at the Charlotte Motor Speedway. Reed taking the checkered flag. He's done it. Another win. Second straight when you go back to Dover last week.
Top 3 start finish line.
Good win, Dylan.
Yeah, good racing, man.
Nice win, Dylan.
That was meant to be a love tap, my bad.
Of course, you hear the guys congratulating each other out there. Dylan going to do a top 3 photo that they always do here for the Discord page. And then he'll do some burnouts. And while he does that real quickly, we'll run through our finishing order. Reed wins it. Malarkey, Sutphin, Quisenberry, and Murray are top 5. Dalton, Thornhill, Johnny Rapp, Tanyan Sutphin, and Dale Lee finishing 10th. Barnes, Rep, Briganti, Spees, Brady, and Stefan didn't actually start the race. So 15 cars making the start, and Dylan had such a big lead that, well, we're waiting on the rest of the top 3 to get there. Actually, they all gone to pit road, so it looks like Dylan can be out here on his own taking a photo. He'll light it up here in just a second. And we'll take the opportunity, and he's not even going to light it up. No burnouts tonight, which is totally okay, too. All right, let's talk to drivers. And all right, now the only one that's in here, now we got 2 of the top 3 in here. So we'll talk to, as a matter of fact, I'm going to move myself closer down to their channel so that they're right here with me. Let's talk to our second place finisher, Brian Sutphin tonight. Actually, third place finisher, sorry. Brian, still a great run for you, man. Obviously, it looked like a little bit of damage to the right side of the car, but otherwise a pretty solid run.
Yeah, I appreciate it, man. It was a tough race. I'll tell you what, Dylan is quick as greased lightning.
Yeah, we learned that really quickly last season, but I think the thing that shocked me tonight, just obviously observing, yeah, I guess we do that too, observing the race, was the top groove. I did not expect that tonight.
Oh, I didn't expect it at all. And when those guys started running the Darlington line around the racetrack, I was like, what in the world is this?
Right?
I haven't practiced this, so I'm trying to learn it during the race. And they had it perfected. I didn't, but I hung on the best I could.
I wonder how much that maybe lack of downforce on the car, because obviously these B cars or Xfinity cars are a lot less downforce than those Cup cars and trucks. So you wonder if that maybe helped that top line work a little bit.
Yeah, the rear spoiler on these cars is what, 2-3 inches tops. So they're loose as can be. But the crazy thing of it is 2 or 3 laps into the run, the car would get super tight in the center of the corner.
Mm-hmm.
And I started working high line and just doing what I could do and trying to learn. And I didn't have enough time to learn it all, but I did okay.
Well, still a great job tonight, man. I know you'll have the one up on Jason by saying you didn't spin on the pit road at one point tonight. So great job tonight, and shout out to whoever you like to, buddy.
Yeah, man, I had a bird's eye view of Jason making an unscheduled pit stop tonight. I'm pretty sure that we're not racing in the 80s NASCAR. I mean, he went down pit road about 120, and I was like, I'm pretty sure he didn't mean to do that.
The question is, did he call his pit?
No, he didn't call his pit. He was too big. He was probably standing up in the seat, throwing steering wheel everywhere.
That's awesome, man. Well, great job tonight, Brian. Good talking to you as always, and we'll see you soon, buddy. Have a good Christmas.
Hey, man, I appreciate it. You too.
You too. Thank you, sir. That is Brian Sutphin. Always good for a laugh right there. That was funny. Yeah. Where'd everybody go? Like Dylan and everybody Dylan's up here in the main lobby. I don't think he realized I moved like down here is where I am now, Dylan. I moved myself down here. I figured that since nobody else could get close to you, I would get close to you tonight. But great job here, man, at Charlotte Motor Speedway. Dominant race for you. Started in the back and just patiently worked your way up and through.
Yeah, it was interesting setup that we had. I don't think it was quite made, or might be outdated a little bit. It was bumping the track in every which way you were driving it. Like it just bottomed out all over the place. It was crazy.
Was there a lot of grip in the track, maybe, or something or maybe track temp that was causing it to do that, or I mean?
I think it was track temp. I don't think the tires ever built up enough pressure to get lifted off the track. That's why I went to the high line, is because in the high line there's enough banking up there that it didn't bottom out. And so that's why I rode the high line most of the race. But yeah, if you were on the bottom, there's just so many bumps, and the thing was just too low to the ground. It just bottomed out the whole race. It was crazy.
Which is interesting, because Brian and I were just talking about it, and I'm like, man, I didn't think the top groove would come in. But now you're explaining it that way, because my first thought was like maybe the lack of downforce in these cars caused it. But now it sounds like maybe with the tightness that they're feeling at the bottom, maybe that was because the splitter was hitting the track.
Oh, yeah. That's 100% what it was. Both in 3 and 4 is a little bit more manageable once you got the tire pressures up. But around the lap, like 5 to 15 mark, if you didn't hit it just right going into 1 or 3, you were bottoming them up going up to the top anyway. Wow. So I just said, heck with it. I'll just go to the top and run the top.
It worked out for you. Now, I don't know, like you said, if this will be the setup we get in Charlotte later on this season. But, hey, tonight it worked out for you. Once again, another win and your chance to shout out.
Yeah, as always, thank you for broadcasting it. I love watching it back. Just seeing the race from different perspectives, and for Light Speed Racing League for hosting it, as always. And then my teammates were coming out. Dale came out. He put on a good show. He was up to 4th at one point, I think, and just ended up having some bad luck there at the end. But as always, everybody for participating. It's always a fun little event here.
There you go, man. Well, great job, and looking forward to seeing you in the future. And go have a good Christmas, a good New Year's, and hey, I'll see you next year. How's that?
Sounds good, man. Be safe out there.
You too, buddy. Dylan Reed, winner tonight at Charlotte Motor Speedway. Very interesting. I did not think that the track would be causing the car to bottom out, and that's a very interesting perspective to think about. I've not seen that at Charlotte before, and you wonder, and out of curiosity here, I look at the track temp right now. It's 78, so it hasn't even changed. Everything's still the same from the beginning of the race. So, yeah, a lot of grip probably in the track, causing the car to bottom out with the speeds that they were carrying into the corners, and there you go. That's interesting. But with that said, a great race from everybody. Appreciate Anthony Giuliano, who was on vacation here the last couple weeks, so he hasn't been here for the last couple races, but appreciate he and Joseph Barada and the guys for allowing me to be part of the broadcast and a part of the race. Appreciate all the viewers watching tonight, all the drivers for racing tonight, and as always, man, it's been a lot of fun this year. And just in case I don't see anybody between now and Christmas time, have a great Christmas, and I'll see you guys very soon. But if I get a chance to before Christmas time, we'll definitely get a couple of these broadcasts that are owed out on the air and get on here and stream, and who knows, maybe even do some racing while the time is here. So we'll have to see. But appreciate everybody for watching us on the Captain Esports Network. Again, hit that subscribe button, please, if you will, or follow whatever channel that you're watching here, if it's Twitch or Facebook or wherever. And always remember, this isn't just the game. It's iRacing. See ya!